Welcome to Sunny's Mindset Lab. Today, we're going to step back in time, way back, to explore an incredible guide to mental strength. And it comes from the private journal of one of history's most thoughtful and powerful leaders.
What we do here is pretty simple. We look for powerful ideas that help us build stronger, more resilient minds. And the idea we're diving into today is ancient, for sure. But you're going to see it feels like it was written for the world we're living in right now. So let me ask you, do you ever feel pulled in a million different directions? Like you're just struggling to find one quiet moment amidst all the noise, the notifications, the anxiety? Well, you're not alone. In fact, you share that exact feeling with one of the most powerful men who ever lived. Almost 2,000 years ago, a man who ruled a massive empire, who commanded huge armies and held the fate of millions in his hands. He was wrestling with the very same feelings of stress and overwhelm. His name? Marcus Aurelius. So, what was his secret weapon for finding inner peace? Well, to really get it, we first have to understand the world he was dealing with. And let me tell you, it was anything but peaceful. See, Marcus wasn't some philosopher sitting in a quiet room somewhere. He was a leader on the front lines. He spent years on the battlefield leading his armies. He had to deal with political betrayals, a devastating plague that was wiping out his people, and just the immense pressure of being in charge. And through all that, he developed this incredibly powerful tool. But it wasn't a book he was writing for us. It was his private journal, his meditations. It's a raw, honest look at him talking to himself about how to stay calm in the middle of a storm. And the absolute foundation of his practice was this idea of building an unshakable fortress. But not a fortress of stone and walls, a fortress inside his own mind. He called it the inner citadel. Okay, this right here, this is the master key to Stoic thinking. It's called the dichotomy of control. It's a really simple but life-changing practice of just separating the world into two boxes: things you have power over and things you have absolutely no power over. Marcus realized most of our stress and anxiety comes from mixing those two up. Just look at this. We burn so much energy on that left column, don't we? Worrying about what other people think, stressing about events we can't change, replaying the past over and over. But the Stoics, they argue that our real power, our real freedom, is only in the right-hand column. The only thing you truly control is your own mind. That's it. How you choose to think about things, the judgments you make, and the actions you decide to take. Everything else is outside of you. And the payoff for focusing your energy this way is huge. You build a sanctuary, an inner space that no external chaos can ever really touch. You can retreat into your own mind at any moment and find peace and clarity. That space is always there for you. So how do we actually practice this? Well, Marcus gives us a simple 3-step framework. First, focus only on the present, right now. The past is done, the future isn't here yet. This moment is all you've got. Second, accept what happens. This just means seeing things for what they are, without piling on all our negative stories and judgments. And third, once you've seen reality clearly, you choose to respond with your best self, with virtue and with reason. Okay, that all sounds great for managing our own internal world. But what about when the chaos isn't a war or a plague, but just a really difficult person? At work, or maybe even in our own family. Well, Marcus took this exact same philosophy and applied it to his interactions with other people, which, let's be honest, is often the toughest battlefield of all. His guiding principle was this. Think about it. Letting someone else's negativity make you negative is letting them win. It's like you're hurting yourself. The real victory isn't about getting even. It's about refusing to let their character corrupt your own. And to keep himself in that mindset, he would actively practice a few key ideas. He'd remind himself that we're all here to cooperate, to work together. He chose to see other people's bad behavior not as them being evil, but as them being ignorant of what's truly good. And that little shift, it allows you to feel empathy instead of just anger. He saw that putting up with people's flaws was just part of his duty, and that his main job was to protect the health of the whole community. So what's the goal of all this mental work? It isn't just to endure hardship, to just grit your teeth and get through it. It's about finding a deep, lasting sense of peace and happiness, no matter what's happening around you. And this, right here, is the ultimate Stoic lesson. Happiness isn't something you find out there. It's not in a promotion or a new car or getting more likes. It's an inside job. It's the natural result of a well-ordered mind, a mind that has trained itself to want what it already has, its own integrity, its own peace, its own strength. Marcus reminds us we don't need a lot to be happy. True happiness is actually quite simple. And it's available to every single one of us, right here and right now, just by taking command of our own thoughts and our own actions.
Marcus Aurelius built his fortress of the mind while ruling an empire from a battlefield. The tools he used are just as powerful for us today. Your mind is your fortress. The only question is, are you ready to take command?